Good morning, students. Students, today we will learn a new lesson in English. The name of the lesson is At the Science Fair. Now, there was a science fair at Vidya Vardhini School. It was always an exciting affair. Means whenever this fair used to be, the children and the teachers used to get excited. There was a number of stalls, never less than 50. Means there were never less than 50 stalls over there every year. Entertainment booths and of course refreshments. There were entertainment booths, there were refreshments, means there were soft drinks to have. There were two basic rules. One, everything should be handled by students, and two, everything, even the entertainment booths and refreshment stalls, had to have a scientific base. So first there was the first point to first rule says everything should be handled by the students, and the second that the entertainment booths which were there, the refreshment stalls, that should have something related to science. Preparations for the fair begin at least a couple of months in advance. So to prepare for this fair, they started beginning it 2 months prior. The first step was brainstorming. The principal invited ideas for the events from students, teachers, and even parents. That means even students, teachers, and parents all were participating. A host of ideas poured in. That means many people gave their ideas. Luckily, many parents not only contributed ideas but also volunteered to help with the planning and implementation of the big event. That means the parents did not only give ideas but they also helped them in that fair. So, a committee of parents and teachers was set up to look after all the work of the fair. There was a committee made so that they could take care of that. Some student representatives were also taken on the committee to give them a first-hand experience of managing big programs like this. Now the parents did not know how to manage such programs. So the students were helping them, helping the committee how to manage it accordingly. The committee identified certain themes for the fairs. They were plants, animals, properties of substances, energy, form of energy and energy resources, science in our everyday life, and latest news from the world of science. So there was certain themes for the fair. These were the themes. As you can see down, the names are listed below. So these were particular things or themes for the fair where they had to create something. Okay, let's see further. And food and nutrition. Considering the area of the school, playground, and the estimated turnout, it was decided to allow 56 stalls in the fair. Now, we had seen before that there were always, when this fair used to take place, there were at least 50 stalls, but now there were 56 stalls in the fair. That was decided. The stalls were allotted to as many groups of children. So there was particular stalls allotted to children. Each group selected a topic, idea from the chosen themes. Just now as we see in these themes. So each group selected a topic, idea, and they chose the theme that what they have to do. The committees had to make sure that the topics were not repeated. Now, whatever topics had given, this group has to do that thing. So, the other group have to not repeat the same topic. Okay. Let's move further. The young scientists began their work in earnest. So, these small children, they started doing their work faster. Okay. They begin by collecting a lot of information about their topic using their science textbook, their school library, and also the internet. Now, when there is a topic, assignment topic given to you, you also do that. What do? We read the science textbook, we go to the library, search the books according to the topic, then go to the internet and search. So, the students were also doing the same. They shared and discussed this information in their groups. They need to share because it is not a single person, it was a group of students preparing it. The next step was to decide the exact activity for their stall. So the next step was what they are actually going to do it. Whether they would build and display a model or would give a demonstration or present their project through posters or simply exhibit a collection. See, nowadays also when we have to do assignment, we make a model, we make a PPT, or we make a written projects. So there are different ways. So they had to decide what actually they are going to do. They are going to display a model or give a demonstration or present the project, who is going to speak. All those things has to be decided. The principal announced that the language, appearance and content of the presentation were all important. Whatever language, the appearance and how much you're going to write, that is all important. The language teachers helped the young stall holders to make their graphic and oral presentation more effective. So the language teachers helped the students how to make these graphic interesting, okay, in presentations and effective. So now these graphic presentations, what do they require? Okay, exactly. Write to the point so that a visitor may read a chart or poster at a glance. Write to a point so that when you put the poster, the reader comes to you at a glance. Just by looking it, he will come. Make use of bullet points or bulleted list. Now, how we make bulleted points? See, this itself here you can see there are bullets for the black dots. So make it in that way. Don't write a whole paragraph. Make it in points so that it will be easy to demonstrate. Use pictograms, graphs, pie charts, etc. to show numerical data. So to show numerical data, we need all these things. Graphs, pie charts, okay? Then use pictures and diagrams and label them. Now in science, we mostly have. There is a picture given and we need to label that. So we have to use those things. Plan all your posters, charts properly before you start making them. So before starting making any charts or any posters, we have to have in the mind that what exactly you're going to make. Then only you have to start making the posters. Otherwise, what will happen? Those charts and posters will go into waste if it is wrong. So we need to decide it first. Make a rough mini copy before you begin work on the big final poster on a chart. So first what you have to do is make a rough copy. These things are going to be written. So if in rough, we can do some correction. On the chart, you'll not be able to do corrections. So you need to make a rough copy, then you can copy out from that. Don't forget to check your spellings, sentences or other errors in the mini copy itself. So that's more important. Any spelling mistakes should not be there. Any word, whichever you're writing, it should be a correct word. So that all thing has to be done in the mini copy. That's the rough copy. So that you will be able to do any cancellation. On the fresh copy, on the chart or on the posters, any spelling mistake should not be there. Use different colors to highlight important features, but use them judicially. Now see, in your assignments also you use different colors. But while using different colors, you should see where you're using a color that while writing on the paper, you should see that the color is visible to the person. If it's not visible, it's of no use. So when you're writing, you should see that your handwriting or the color of the pen is visible to the person. Okay, so you have to use them judicially, properly. If you have used any text, pictures, diagrams, etc. from elsewhere, acknowledge the source. Now sometimes we use it from the internet. Sometimes we even get it from the shop, the stickers. Now from the shop stickers, you just stick it. But if you're using from the internet, you should write over there from which site have you taken that picture. So you have to acknowledge right over there. Okay. Next, oral presentations. The oral presentation or speeches should be short and to the point. 2 to 3 minutes at the most. So when you're giving your presentation, it should be as a speech, and it should be for at a time of 2 to 3 minutes, not more than that. Be confident when you make a presentation. Now, when you're speaking about the particular topic, we should be confident. You should know what you're going to speak about. So, that's more important. Rehearse the speech well. Now, when you're giving the speech, now suppose you're giving an Independence Day speech also. You're not going to see it from the picture. You're not going to see it in your paper or in your book every time. So, you have to rehearse. Make it by heart. So, it will be good for the person who's coming further. You'll not lose confidence. So rehearse it, practice it. They should be directly related to the model, demonstration, or specimens exhibited in the stall. Now it should be related to the model, whatever you have made. If it's not related to the model, it won't make any sense. Okay. Be ready to answer relevant questions. Practice doing that with all your friends. Now, a person can even ask you questions on that, so you should be ready to answer the question. Now, the audience or the person coming to see your model can ask you question about that, so you have to be ready for that as well. Okay. Make use of the visuals or graphic in the stall. Point to the relevant parts when you speak. Now, when you're speaking, when you're demonstrating, when you're saying your speech, you should point it out. Here it is, there it is, okay? So, what will happen? That the person also will know that you know it properly. Wear clean and tidy clothes, but do not dress up to show off. Okay, you have to wear clean and tidy clothes, as now it is your science exhibition. So what we do is we wear the uniform, but it's more important to see that our uniform is clean. We do not have to show off. Only thing we have to wear a uniform, wear it clean, and be simple. Okay. Be polite, be pleasant when you talk to the visitors. If you don't know the answers to a question, say so, but later on, try to find the answer. So you have to be polite. Speak in a soft voice, okay? Be pleasant. When you talk to other people, you should have always one thing in mind. When you're talking to a person, always have a smile on your face. What happens when you have a smile on your face? The visitors will come to you. They will like you. They like your presentation. Okay. And if you don't know any answer, you can say, yes, I don't know the answer. But at the end, afterwards, you can search for the answer. You can find for the answer what the answer was. And the last point says, as I just told you, smile. That's more important. Keep smiling. Whether the person comes to your stall or not, you keep smiling. Okay? Next, at last the big day arrived. Okay, that is the fair arrived. The fair was inaugurated by the oldest science teacher, Mr. Gizari. So the oldest science teacher in that school, it was inaugurated by her. It was Mr. Gizari who had come up with the idea of a science fair some 25 years ago. So it was Gizari who had first started this fair 25 years back. Initially, it was meant for just one class, but the idea had become so popular that now the entire school participated in. Now, previously, this fair was just for one class, but the idea, okay, had become so much popular that the entire school participated in it, and they started doing a model or something or the other. Okay. Mr. Gizari explained the importance of using the scientific method to find the answers to the questions relating to the physical world around us. He was happy to see the stalls, especially the ones that showed simple methods of identifying food adulteration. So, whenever we do any presentation, whenever we make any model, we should see to it that it should be simple. When it is simple, people like it. Okay. He appreciated the fact that in most of the stall, visitors could also try out the various experiments and models. They could even do that. Okay, try the experiments. He gave a special pat on the back to the clean brigade. The brigade members made rounds of the fair, spread the message of cleanliness. But that was not all. They had vowed to keep the school premises spick and span during the fair. Now, it's also important for us that there should be cleanliness. Where the people are coming around, there should not be any paper or anything thrown. Okay, it should be clean. Though they expected more than 1,000 visitors and half as many stall holders, they were a disciplined. They were disciplined a lot. Okay, those are the children who are handling the stall, they were disciplined. But what with so many activities and experiments going on, it was beyond to create a lot of litter. Now, there were so many experiments being done where people also could try the experiment. So, there could be somewhere that the paper or something would have fallen down. Okay, there would be litter. They were well equipped with garbage cans, scoops, brooms, and wipes. Now, they did not want that there should be untidiness or there are papers being thrown. So, there were bins kept, there were brooms. Okay, so if suppose the paper falls down while doing the experiment, they could carry it and throw it in the bin. Let's move further. Now let us also take a round of the fair to see some of the highlights the 6th standard children were handling the following stalls. Okay, now the 6th standard children were handling these type of stalls. The first one was use of kinetic energy. Now the stall displayed the model of a watermill. Okay, the second one, use of potential energy. That is, a plastic bottle was made of a motor boat. Then sound. Everyone enjoyed making simple string telephones at this stall and then using them. Then electrostatic energy. This stall was so popular that additional help was needed to blow balloons as quickly as they were used up. Then the next, food adulteration. Even the parents learned something at this stall. What is food adulteration? Where the shopkeepers adulterate thing. Like for example, if there is milk, they put more amount of water and they adult milk, where the quality of the milk becomes less. Then fun with magnets. Visitors queued up to see the different types of magnets at work. And the last, maintaining machines. Some of the visitors made video clips of the presentation at the stall. It consisted of different children playing the roles of different machines, all crying out turn by turn, "Hey, we too need your attention. We can serve you well only if you take care of us." So there were visitors who had come who they even liked it so much that they were making video clips. Okay. Now this fair was such a huge success that the school had to run it for 3 days instead of two. Now this fair was just going to be for 2 days, but the school had decided to run it for 3 days. The principal allowed this change in the timetable only because it was a truly educational activity. So the principal also felt, yes, we should increase it 1 day only because it was an educational activity where people could gain knowledge. Not just for the children but also for their family and the entire community. So it was not only for the children but it was also for the parents and also for the community. No wonder everyone is already looking forward to the next year's fair. So the people and the children are so happy for it that they are all already looking out for the next year's fair, which is going to be. So here we end with this chapter. We will learn the next chapter in the next video. Thank you for listening, children. Goodbye. Take care.